Good morning, it's Rebecca from Rebecca Inc. Today we are going to do a little fluffy puppy. What you're going to need is a piece of paper, a pencil, a marker, and an eraser. So pause me, gather up your supplies, and come right back. Alright, you are back. You are going to start with your pencil. I'm going to use a marker so that you can see what I'm up to better, but you're going to start with a pencil. The Verhoff family has requested that we do a fluffy puppy dog, so we're going to do a fluffy puppy dog. You are going to start in the upper right hand corner of your page, and you're going to draw a circle that's going to be about this big. So get your arm going from your shoulder, and when you arrive at a nice shape, go ahead and set your pencil down. You're going to want to circle about this size, almost like you're tracing around the bottom of like a big coffee mug. So a circle about that size, and then on the top of that circle we are going to draw an oval. It's going to be tilted and a little bit bigger than our circle. It's going to be about like that. Inside that oval, let's draw two circles, one here and one here. You're getting your whole arm going from your shoulder, and you are going around and around and around and around and around, and eventually you'll end up with some nice shapes here. Let's add in some ovals for our ears. The ovals for the ears are going to live on the side of that face circle. They're going to be long and narrow, about like that. If you want your dog to have thicker ears, you can make them a little fatter if you want. And let's do the same on the other side. Little oval for that ear. I'm just kind of following along the edge of that circle that I drew for the face and letting the ear point however it lands. That's just fine to do it that way. From there, we are going to add in some triangles that live at the top of the ear. All the shapes that we've done up to this point, we're moving our whole arm to do. For these little triangles, you're going to plant your wrist and use your hand. You're not using your fingers, you're using your hand, and you're just going to draw a little triangle just like that. I'm rotating my wrist, see that? Back and forth to get that triangle. It's going to live at the top of that ear. We're going to do another one over here. On this one I'm going to show you a different technique. Plant your wrist and move your fingers back and forth, and back and forth, just like that. If you haven't done one of these videos with me before, these are going to be our guides that you're drawing with your pencil, and we will eventually go over them with marker and erase everything we've got here. So don't worry too much if it's not perfect. Don't stress about it. Don't try to make it perfect. Okay, from here we're going to add on some triangles at the base of those circles that we drew. Back and forth and back and forth. You go over it, and when we trace around, we will pick our favorite lines and use those as our guide. Doing one on either side. This is going to be the shaggy fur that comes over our puppy dog's eyes. Now let's add in the eyes. We're going to do a little circle. This circle I'm going to do using my fingers. I'm planting my arm from my elbow all the way down to my wrist, and I'm going with my fingers. I'm tracing around a circular shape, creating a circular motion with my fingers, and then when I arrive at it, I'm going to set my pencil down and go around and around and around, and you'll get a nice circular shape. Inside that circle, let's draw another circle, just like that. That will be the highlight of our puppy dog's eyes. Let's go over to the other side. Add in the same thing. A circle about that big, round and around and around you go. Planted your arm, elbow to wrist, and you're moving your fingers in a circular shape and then setting down your pencil when you've got that shape. Now we're going to do that inside circle. All right, let's move on to the nose of our puppy dog. Let's draw a circle that lives at the base of that face circle. It's going to be about like that. And at the top of that circle, let's add in a little oval. Maybe a little bit bigger than our circle. This will give us some guides for some cute little fluffy fur to add in a little bit here. All right, from there we're going to do 2 more circles. Actually, 3 circles. We need a circle right about here for our nose. It's going to overlap that top oval and almost live right in the center of that circle. And then from there, we're going to draw a little bit bigger circle, just like that. And then a little bit bigger circle, just like that. So it gets kind of messy to see, but we've got a nose circle, a little bit bigger circle, and then a little bit bigger circle. I'll go around my bigger circle so you can see that one better. And around that circle so you can see that one better. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay and you're listening on Facebook Live. That way I know. Okay, now we are going to move down to our body. Our little puppy's kind of sitting with his legs off to the side, so we're going to add in a circle that lives right about here. It's going to be about this big. And it's going to end up being like the chest, the ribs of our little puppy dog. So it's going to overlap our face and be about that big. Now I'm getting, again, my whole arm going from my shoulder to draw that shape. And do you see how I've got lots of versions? I've got one that's inside, one that's outside. But if you look at the whole thing, you see I've got a nice round circular shape. You're going to do the same thing, and you're going to be patient with yourself. It's not going to look perfect, but again, these are going to be our guides, so they don't need to be perfect. Off of that circle, we are going to draw some legs. So we're going to come over here, and we're going to draw an oval. It's going to be angled in ever so slightly, and it's going to be about that big. See where I drew that? You're going to go around and around. Again, you're not moving your hand, you're not sketching, you're going around and around, moving your arm from your shoulder to get that nice oval. And from there, you're going to add in a little connecting triangle over to your circles. This is going to be our back leg. We're going to add in a little oval at the base of that leg, and then add in connecting triangles on either side. So you did an oval with another oval and 2 little triangles. Off the back end of that, let's draw another oval. This is going to be his tail. So I'm going to point it down because our little guy's sitting down. He has a nice little fluffy tail. So that will be our tail. Okay, now let's go back and add in the last 3 feet. For this next one, it's going to live right next to our oval, but we're going to do a rectangle this time. It's going to connect down to that oval and just about to where our triangles were, and angle over. Up and down, get your whole arm going. See how it's not perfect? Yours won't be either, and that is going to be okay. Down and around, you draw a nice skinny rectangle. Just like that, and then at the base of that, we're going to draw an oval for the foot. Now let's go over to the other side, and let's add in another rectangle. This is going to be his other front leg, and I'm going to angle it coming in, and it's going to live right about here. It's going to look a little shorter, just like that. Nice little rectangle. Around and around I go, moving my arm from my shoulder. And then at the base of that, I'm going to add in an oval for his foot. Right next to that, we're going to see just a hint of his little back foot tucked in there. So we're going to draw a little circle. There it is, right about there. And then we need to draw in, it would be like his hind end. We're going to add like what would look like a smiley face shape right there to connect that. Alright, I'm going to look back at my drawing here, make sure I've got all of our guides drawn in. So we did a circle for the face, nice big circle for the body, and we just finished up the legs. An oval, rectangle, a rectangle, little circle, and a smiley face right there. Okay, I think we've got them all, so we are going to set down your pencil and grab your marker. If you've done some of these videos with me before, you might remember, I think we did it when we did the wolf. You are going to add in fluffy fur. So we're going to use that up and down motion that we did when we did the wolf. We're going to start at the top of our puppy dog's head. You're going to put your marker down and you're just going to go up and down and up and down and up and down around the top of that oval for the fluffy fur of our little puppy dog. And we're going to head over to the ear. We're going to go slide down that triangle top. And then we're going to add in some more jiggy jags for the fur. Around that oval. If your hand starts to feel uncomfortable, rotate your wrist, move your hand, and draw your fur going the other direction. Let's go back over to the other side. Right up to the top of the head. We're going to go back and forth. Does your puppy have little fur, big fur? Are the little jiggy jags tiny? Are they big? You decide what you want your puppy dog to have, and you draw it in. Did he just wake up? Is his hair flat in one spot? However you want it to be, that's okay. And as you're going around your ovals with your fur shapes, if your hand feels uncomfortable, move your hand and then rotate your fur back the other direction. Let's go into all this craziness here. Where we had our circles with our triangles, we are going to add in some of the puppy dog's fur that goes over his eyes, a little shaggy fur. So we're going to go just a little bit up onto that circle, and we're going to go back and forth, down onto our triangle, back and forth, and stop there. And let's go up to the middle of the forehead there, and go back and forth, coming down over his little eye. Have you ever seen a dog where you can hardly see their eyes? That's the kind of dog that we're drawing. Now let's go back up to the center of his forehead and do those same motions coming down, back and forth, and then up, about like that. Now we're going to add in that little bit of the eye that we can see. We're going to draw over that circle, and then we're going to leave that inside circle that we drew, we're going to leave that part white. My marker is almost thick enough where it just takes a few strokes and it fills those right in. Yours might be the same. Okay, on this top oval of the snout, we're going to add in some little hints of the shaggy fur. So right underneath that eye, we're going to add in, following along that oval, we're just going to add in a few back and forth on either side. And then right in the middle, we're going to face them up, like that. I just did 3, up, down, and over. You can do it however you want to do it. If your puppy wants to have really tiny little fur, let him have that. That's good. Okay, from there, we're going to go down to the nose, and we are going to fill in our nose. Oh, I did forget a guide. Inside that nose, draw a little circle that's going to stay white. Fill in your nose, leaving a little area with a highlight. That just makes it look cute. From there, these circles that we drew just after we drew our nose, these are going to help give us a guide for where to put the mouth. We are going to draw a little bit around that inside circle. Start going one way and then go back and go the other way. Going to be our mouth, and from there we're going to draw that next circle. He's got his little mouth is open. We're just going to draw a little arc, a little bit of that next circle, and then that bigger circle that we drew, we're going to add in the little chinny fur. I'm starting about here and I'm going down, and then I'm going back up to the other side, picking my favorite line and curving my fur down that way. Can you start to see our puppy dog coming together? All right, now let's fill in his face. I'm going to start on this side. I'm going to go just above his ear, finding my favorite guide, and go back and forth for his fur. I'm going to stop his about there. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, up by his ear, back and forth, and back and forth, and back and forth, and stop there. If I'm going too fast for you again and you want to take more time on your fur, pause me, do your fur, and come right back. I'll be here. All right, now we're going to go up to his back. If you're looking at a puppy dog when they're sitting down, this is his little back headed down into his shoulder. So we're going to follow around this circle, down to the triangle, and then around this leg. And on his body, I'm going to make the fur a little bit smaller. You decide what kind of fur do you want your puppy dog to have. You know, puppies don't have all the same fur. If yours doesn't look exactly like mine, that's good. It's your drawing. And then we're going to go around the leg, back and forth, back and forth. You've done all the heavy lifting with drawing your guides. Now we're just picking our favorite lines and drawing around. I did around that one side of that oval. I'm stopping at the foot. I'm going to add in just a little bit above there and go back and forth. And I'm going to come around to the other side of that foot and go around the other way. And then I'm going to go up over that triangle. I'm pointing my fur down at that point. And then I'm just going to add a little bit up here at the top. Back and forth and back and forth. About that much. Let's go around the tail now. The tail, on the top part, I'm going to do my fur going down, and on the bottom part, I'm going to do my fur going up. Back and forth and back and forth, like that. And then I'm going to come back to the body, do it facing the other direction, round it off in the end. Maybe your tail comes to a point. That's fine. Okay, now let's do this inside leg. We're going to go up to his armpit, back and forth, following over that rectangle, all the way down to the foot. And then I'm just going to go head around that foot. I'm going to stop there, go up inside that rectangle, about here, draw my fur. Not stressing too much about the direction of my fur. However I do it, it's going to be cute. Let's go over and do this leg next. We're going to go up almost as high as we did on that one. Not quite. I'm going to start right about there. And I'm going to go down and around. And then around my foot, stopping there. And then up to the other side of that rectangle. Down and around. Just like that. Now let's draw his chest. We're going to follow this inside circle that we did. We're going to do that with some jiggy jags back and forth, and then go the other way, back and forth, and you've got his cute little chest. This little foot that's tucked under there, we are just going to draw around this front part right here, back and forth, and back and forth. Then we're going to add in this little smile that we did, with just a little bit of fur going that way. Last little bit, we're going to go back up on this circle of the body. We're going to start at the top, have it go straight for a little bit, and then start your fur back and forth, and back and forth, and back and forth, and connect it down to where his little arm is. Believe it or not, you are ready to erase. So switch back to, or actually not switch back, grab your eraser. I'm going to switch back to my original sketch that I was using as our guide, and I'm going to erase right along with you. You're going to set your hand down on your paper to hold your paper still so that you don't end up crinkling your paper. It's always a bummer if you crinkle your paper. If you do, you know, not a big deal, but go ahead and erase your eraser, all those pencil guides that you drew, and you will start to see your cute little puppy showing through. Brush them off. Make sure your eraser is clean before you start so you don't end up with a little smudge line. Down to the base. You may have to move your hand a few times just to hold your paper still. If you're looking for some other fun things to do today, you can check out my website, RebeccaInc.com. I have downloadable coloring pages for you. I've got puppy dogs up there. I've got cats, mythical creatures, gnomes and mermaids, lions and pufferfish. Today I think I'm going to add in my Wondrous World collection, so you can look for that later on. So find me online, RebeccaInc.com. If you want to see what I'm currently working on, you can also look on Rebecca Inkabink on Instagram. And you can find me on Facebook under Rebecca Ink, I-N-K, because I like to draw with marker and ink. Send me pictures that you're drawing. I would absolutely love to see them. And if you notice on my website, if you've sent me pictures, they're up there under Interact. Click on that link and you'll see all the pictures people are sending me. It's so fun to see what you're doing. I hope you're staying home and staying safe, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.